How's it now?
Hello. Hello.
How's it now?
Ew. It's stable. It's not a rerun. Am I stable? Are you on time? Do you see me? I see you. Oh wait, actually I should turn hold on. Okay. I think it's all fine. As stable as always. I turned on and off my internet. Don't know. My internet hates me. That's all. Well, I noticed that it usually happens on a fucking Saturday. Saturdays are cursed. Saturdays are cursed, man. Saturdays are cursed. They don't want us knowing about the cheese. That must be it, yeah. It's the fucking cheese. Well, the more they try me not to know about this cheese, the more I want to know about the cheese. You cannot stop this. You cannot stop this. I sometimes still hear a voice.
I'm real! I'm real! What the fuck? Less stable? Less stable?
Is less stable not stable? Ooh. Get them, sigh. It's fine now? Okay. Finally! I wonder why someone pinged me in Discord if there's about duties to be done. It was side stream acting up. Yep. Like always. Like always. It's my internet. Wait, I'm gonna... Okay, Ed is running, so I'm gonna get some more Wawa because my bottle is almost empty. I'll be right back, chat. Oi. I'm back. I'm back. I have food. Okay, let's watch. If something is gonna happen, if internet is gonna die again, then it's the cheese. They don't want us to know about the cheese. If something happens again, it's the cheese. The lag is back. Is it?
It's very just redeemed sigh. Did you drink water?
Is the lag back or not? Or is it fine? No, I know I had no mic, but is there lag or is there no lag? Because someone said the lag is back. I'm confused. I'm confused if there's lag or not. No, right? Oh no, I might have to stop streaming then if stuff will happen again, I might have to stop streaming.
School, that was always an option for students to get. What about all of the education and school health class stuff that got injected about how milk strengthens your bones, or it made its way into all of our commercials and kid shows about how milk makes you big and strong? Isn't it convenient that at the exact moment the government decides they want to stop buying milk, we're all of a sudden told that we need to start buying milk? Now, I want to make it very clear. I am not saying any of this to imply or suggest that milk is bad for you or you shouldn't drink it.
My mic is muted, by the way, because I'm
It is infinitely healthier for a child to be drinking a carton of milk at school than for
No. I muted the mic because I was eating before. That's why you couldn't hear me. Because I wasn't talking.
them to drink a soft drink. It is good for you, it does help with your body's development, but those are all coincidental to the government's actual goal. Milk was touted as a superfood because the feds needed someone to foot the bill. The fact that it was healthy is just a cool coincidence. It is not the praxis of getting people to drink milk that is the issue, it's the motivation behind it that should be called into question. And if you want evidence for that, just look at cheese. DMI is most well known for their influential status within the cheese market. So a lot of this money that goes into DMI from dairy farmers, as mentioned earlier, goes to effectively lobby cheese onto the menus of various restaurant and fast food chains. Author Clint Rainey, when writing for Bloomberg, described the DMI as, quote, the Illuminati of cheese, and also said, quote, a secretive government-sponsored entity putting cheese anywhere it can stuff it. DMI began to lobby with a lot of restaurants to put more cheese into whatever they were selling. In 1995, they worked with Pizza Hut to release the stuffed crust pizza. They've worked with companies like Burger King, Wendy's, and McDonald's to add more cheese to their burgers. And they've repeatedly worked with companies like Taco Bell to find more ways to put cheese into things like quesadillas and quesalupas. Well, you may be asking yourself, okay, but what's in it for the fast food chains, right? Because it's not like someone from DMI is just gonna show up and say, put extra cheese in your food, and they're just gonna do it, right? Well, of course not. As with any of these things, money's exchanged. A large part of the DMI's money goes to advertising for specific companies to ensure that more cheese is sold. A 2009 article from the Daily Herd, a farmer's newsletter, talks about how cool it is that the DMI has committed to paying Domino's $12 million for advertisement in the next 2 years.
I guess.
Also off of that, it's now not so surprising why the government bailed out Domino's after the 2010 recession. And this happens with every company they work with. Even though it's through the DMI, which is its own incorporation, it is the government paying out businesses to put more cheese on the menu through advertisement cost or some kind of kickback. And before even getting into the health ethics of that, there's already ethics on the taxation principle of that. Because like I mentioned, the dairy promotion program is not optional. It is a mandatory tax that farmers have to pay. So any farmer producing dairy has to produce the tax money for the dairy they produce, and then guess what companies chains like McDonald's and Taco Bell buy off of? They're not buying off of the small upstart or family-owned farm, they're buying off of the super corporations, the ones that have thousands and tens of thousands of cattle and have been doing it for the past 50 years. So effectively, smaller dairy companies are having to pay a tax to ensure that their competition stays on top. Not only that, but where you can kind of look the other way when it comes to milk, because sure, in large quantities, milk can be bad for you. It's still a healthier option for kids and anyone to be drinking over something like soda, right? But you cannot say the same thing about cheese. Cheese causes high cholesterol, cheese is linked to obesity, especially in the extreme volumes we consume it nowadays. In the 1970s, the average American consumed about 7 to 8 pounds of cheese per year, which when you break that up as 3 meals over 365 days, isn't that much.
Jeez.
Compare that to the modern age, where it's estimated that the average American consumes about 41 pounds of cheese per year, or as a country, 13.5 billion pounds of cheese. And while that is an absurdly high number, that is still per capita lower compared to countries like Italy or France. The rate Americans buy dairy from the 1980s to now has actually fallen to about half, but that doesn't matter because our rate of consuming cheese has more than quadrupled. And Dairy Management Inc., the company that is not the government but also definitely is the government, had a large hand in that, encouraging pizza chains to put more cheese on their pizza, and also every menu at any fast food chain to add cheese in some different way and name all their foods cheesy or with cheese, and make schools roll out pizza parties every week to sell more cheese. Remember all those that you just thought were fun and had no underlying motive? Sorry. Remember how at the beginning of this video 500 million pounds of cheese was a problem, and now those same facilities have 1.4 to 1.5 billion pounds of cheese in them and it's not a problem? Well, that's because about 300 million pounds of that is actual government property used for disasters, school efforts, whatever. The other 1.2 billion pounds is cheese that is...
I'm waiting for a reply. I answered you. You weren't listening, so I'm not gonna repeat it. I already gave you an answer.
Stored by the USDA for private companies. Meaning that what was once a problem of, oh, what are we gonna do with all this cheese? We can't expect people to eat it, is now just a blip on the radar. 1.4 billion pounds of cheese is nothing compared to the
I do like, thank you for the love. I do like cheese, but I don't eat it like that. Not like that. I just like cheese once in a while. A really cheesy something. But
13.5
all
billion
day,
we
every day,
consume every year.
week.
And of course, the hypocrisy for that lies on the USDA. The same organization that claims so much to be concerned with American health and to make sure Americans are eating what they're supposed to, have a company that makes sure we get cheese in everything.
No, I don't like cheese like that.
Like eat cheese.
I don't like cheese like that. Just eating it like that.
Moderation, and be careful with your consumption while creating a 7-cheese pizza.
That makes me feel
the fact of the matter
but some people enjoy eating it like that. I don't understand how.
Is sure, maybe when it doesn't matter, they're kind of concerned about our health, but not when there's a profit to be made. And the government, instead of changing regulations or the way they handle products and consumers, simply foots the bill over to us and tells us to do what they always tell us.
That sounds
just
good.
buy more. So congratulations, the country's been psyoped into eating cheese. What do we do now? Well, the solution is what the solution is anytime there's a government issue. It goes back to you, the individual. Don't eat fast food, or if you do eat it, do it in moderation and try to stay away from things that aren't healthy for you. And while sure, the health of oneself always falls back on the person, that's not the motto that organizations like the USDA or the government as a whole are taking. They're supposed to have our best interest in mind, but in praxis...
Sometimes I really fancy cheesy omelette, but I usually only get halfway through it before I start to feel yucky. Yeah.
That best interest always exists as long as there's no money to be made. It's easy for us to look at the circumstance and argue personal responsibility and to just stay away from it.
Since when can you do that?
But fast food is cheap.
Wait, since when can you... Since when is this a thing? Was this always a thing that you can scroll while you're... Oh? Oh. I didn't know this was a thing. You can scroll when you have full screen. Okay, sorry.
cheap and easy, and the government knows that, so
Half
they
a
know
year?
they
I
will
never
always
noticed
have
that.
the population of those in poverty or those who are uneducated that they can throw their product onto. Because who cares if American obesity
Since
is at an
1789,
all-time high, as long as we don't have to worry about the whole cheese.
I mean, listen. In my defense,
In my defense, if you're watching full screen, yes, if I click on full screen, I don't want to read the comments, so I don't even try, okay?
I don't try to scroll while I'm on full screen because I just want to see it in full screen. In my defense, it makes sense that I never noticed.
Thing. And also,
Just
blah,
saying.
blah, blah, high cholesterol obesity leads to heart attacks, stroke, death, and that is how I'm working death
You'll get
into
used to
this
it.
video.
No, I won't.
And at the end of the day, this isn't anything that I think...
You never accidentally scroll? No. Usually when I have stuff on full screen, I'm doing other stuff at the same time, like cleaning or like drawing, whatever. So I never accidentally scroll. I only accidentally scroll right now because I'm streaming.
is worth grabbing pitchforks over, right? The government had to
I didn't know it was a
hold
thing
up
either.
a part of
Thank you. Thank you, how could I not feel weird?
the economy, and they didn't want to do it anymore because they needed the money for some other frivolous purpose. So they use kind of shady advertisement tactics, especially shady when it comes to kids, to pawn that responsibility off onto us. But again, we can simply choose to not participate in the cheesy gordita crunch, although we may dabble from time to time. And it's not like things like drinking milk are that harmful, right? But what I am saying is if the government's willing to fix their mistakes or solve their problems through us by changing the education around certain products or reframing narratives regarding how we're supposed to consume certain products, or using celebrities or other tools at their disposal to convince us that something is in our best interests, if they're willing to change what is considered the best interest, if they're willing to set up shell companies, if they're willing to use tax dollars, if they're willing to change the way a core part of the economy functions over milk, then what do you think they're willing to do about everything else? All of that to say, remember kids, the next time somebody tells you the government wouldn't do that, you can figure out the rest. And if you think this entire video is crazy, if you think
I
this
do
is
know about
some
the glowing
whack
subscribe
brain
button.
conspiracy that doesn't make any sense and I'm insane and very weird, which you're definitely right about at least one of those things, I still want to say thank you for watching. I hope you guys enjoyed the video. As a lot of you probably know from like the Creepcast stuff or the red thread that I've talked about lately, I got my wisdom teeth removed a couple weeks ago and my face still kind of hurts. So when I was like hyped up on the pain medication, I was just like, I had a laptop in bed reading about milk. So that's my recovery process. So I hope you enjoyed this. I hope this was interesting for you.
Is it doing the thing again?
I know it's been a while since the last video, or like this video was supposed to come out sooner than I originally thought, but again, face swollen and whatnot. So I finally feel able to sit down and record a video. And this was a topic that kept having rabbit holes. Like I dig and I figure out stuff about like the Got Milk campaign, and then there's a mention of DMI, and I'm like, what's DMI? And then that turns into the whole cheese thing. And that's where I found my connection to death. Cheese has absolutely killed several thousand Americans. No question
Jesus
about
killed
it.
my internet!
Yeah, this is just a story that I thought was interesting. I thought
That's
it was a
what
little
it is.
shady, and I thought it was a good
No,
example.
this video's cursed. No, it all started when I started watching you. It's your fault. This is your done. Look at what you've done. Look at the fucking cheese. You killed it. It's gonna happen multiple times, I guess. Oh, I thought it was my McDonald's connection. No, it's me. My internet's broken. It needs to stop being broken. I'm gonna cry. Why do I have these problems? Don't jinx it. Okay. What if I'm scared. I'm scared. Well, good thing I'm not playing a game. I will be really annoyed. I mean, I'm already annoyed. I mean, I'm already annoyed, but I would be like more annoyed if I was playing a game right now. Plus, don't give us those cheesy puns. Oh, I can't. I cannot make puns anyways.
Hello, everybody.
Whoa, 1 hour! Never mind. Wanna watch some Gordon. I hate cheese now. Try refreshing. It's back to normal on Twitch. I'm gonna cry. I'm gonna cry. What was it called again? What were you watching? What is Gordon's thing called again? Gordon is called Gordon. Hell's Kitchen. Hell's Kitchen? Was it not? Is it Hell's Kitchen? No. I mean, that's also the thing. I never watched this. I've never watched this. I've never watched Hell's Kitchen. But what's the other thing that I mean? Oh, Kitchen Nightmare! It's Kitchen Nightmare. Ow! Internet!